welcome to my channel. I'm Chiara, and in today's video I'm going to tell you things I find difficult to do with one hand. So if you don't know, when I was 2 and 10 months I suffered a stroke resulting in right side hemiplegia, and I will link a full video about my disability here and down below if you want to go watch it. And if you like these kind of videos and you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how I do one-handed tasks, and you might want to see more of me, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below. So now I'm going to tell you things I find difficult with one hand. Let's go. First off, I just wanted to tell you that I know on my channel we normally do quite positive things, and this is a positive video, but I thought today I would just tell you things that I struggle with using one hand, because I think it's important for me to tell you the things I find hard as well, not just the things I find easy, and not just solutions about using one hand. I think it's important to talk about the things that I do find hard with one hand, because there are things, and I'm not going to say there's not. So these are the 5 things. Actually there's 6, because I've kind of got a bonus thing. Okay, so there's 6 things I find hard with one hand. So the first thing I would have to say is buttering bread, or putting any sort of like spread on bread, whether the bread is toasted or just bread, would you say, I don't know, untoasted bread? I find that so hard to do, just because the bread moves, then the butter won't move, and I can't hold the bread and the knife, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I find that really hard to do. Another thing I find really hard to do is cutting food, because I can't hold a knife and a fork because my hand won't hold anything. So cutting food is really hard to do. So if I ever go out for dinner, well, when we were allowed to go out for lunch and dinner with my friends or my family, or if I have dinner with my family, they always cut my food, because obviously I can't cut it. I mean, if it's something soft, I might use my fork sideways and cut it, or if it's something soft enough, I can sometimes cut it with a knife, but most of the time they cut it, because I can't hold the fork to hold the food in place while you cut the food. So yeah, most of the time my family cuts my food, but cutting food is so hard with one hand. And then another thing, this is the third, number 3, which is kind of kitchen related as well. I recognise these are all like food related issues, but I like food. Number 3, I would say carrying trays out of the oven, or like draining pasta. I find that so hard to do, because it's heavy and it's hot, so you kind of can't, you have to be careful because you don't want to burn yourself, and yeah, it's just heavy and hot. And like when you drain pasta, you have to turn the pan upside down. I love pasta, okay? Pasta's my favourite dish. So I can do it, but I find it very hard to do, and obviously the more water and more pasta you put in, the heavier the pan gets when you drain it. So yeah. So number 4. And I recognise those were all cooking related, but I promise you number 4 isn't cooking related. Number 4 is making a bed, like having to like make a bed, like change bed sheets. Not like when you get out of bed and you make your bed, like actually putting bedding on a bed. So I find putting a duvet in a duvet cover. In England we have duvets, and then you put a duvet cover over the top. Making the duvet flat, I find that so hard to do. So yeah, making a bed, I find that really hard. So number 5 is driving long distances. I find driving long distances so hard. So I can drive, and I have an adapted car, and I have a steering wheel, and it's at 2 o'clock, I think, because you have 10 and 2, don't you? So yeah, it's at 2 o'clock on my car, and having to hold my car like that, I find that really hard, because obviously I can't switch hands to give my left hand a break. I have to constantly hold it like that. So I find driving long distance is really hard as well. So number 6 is doing up coats that have zips. That is so annoying to do up. It's so frustrating to do up. It's so hard to do, because you have to like line it up, and then you have to get it right. It's just really frustrating to do with one hand, and I personally don't like to wear my coats done up. I just kind of wear them undone. So those are the 5/6 things I find really hard to do with one hand. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you did enjoy, please like and comment. And if you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how I do one-handed tasks, and you might want to see more of me, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!